May I request
Yes, sir.
Dr. Yan Shakyawar Sahab, Director ICAR Ninfed, Kolkata, to present his presentation on topic role of natural fibers and its biomass for replacement of single-use plastic to save environment.
Thank you, sir. Can you speak? Can you listen me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I will share my slides. Now it is shared, sir. Okay, I will do. Now it is okay.
Not okay. Okay.
So first of all, I thanks to Dr. Sukla who has invited me on this occasion. Actually, I have to be on physical presence at CIRCOT to be part of this Foundation Day. But our REC chairman, Dr. Maheshwari, had visited this institute morning session. So I could not attend physically, but participating in the online mode. So the topic I have been selected for the today talk because of morning session. Lot of has been discussed about the cotton. Cotton is wonderful fiber, which is king of the fiber, and most of the textile material from home textile to apparel and even composites, it is a used medical textile. But other than the cotton, the other fibers which are very important in packaging industry, particularly jute, and also very new fiber what we are talking about from last 20 years, that is a banana and banana biomass, and those materials, particularly jute and banana, I found that it has lot of potential in case of when we are talking about plastic application. And now the environment and sustainability is the very key area where these fibers or biomass can play important role to replace plastic. If we consider the today concern regarding the impact of plastic on our environment, it is really challenging before not only our country, but before entire world. So basically, if you see the polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, and polystyrene are the product, and it is produced from the fossil fuels and emits lot of greenhouse gases. And during the production, about 600 metric ton, it is expected to the next 20 years. So this is the global production is expected to increase very fast. Now, actually, when we started journey as the invention of the plastic and application of plastic in our daily life, initially we could not realize, but in the late 90s, we realized that plastic is very sensitive and it is not simply vanish, and it is harmful for environment or for even our health. So many issues coming. At presently, about 80% plastic is gone to the land, entrenched into the soil, water, and food, and creating lot of issues. And at only 9% we can recycle at present. So production and disposal of plastic become a major problem in the metros throughout the world. And for that, improper disposal of plastic waste is a significant source of environmental pollution. We see the daily news in the newspapers and media. So thus it is realized that we should find out a solution from bioplastic or replace the plastic with the natural fiber products. So in this talk, we are talking about what is the role of plastic and bioplastic and how we can get rid of this thing with replacement. So plastic bags, carry bags generate less, actually because of it is a less voluminous, and that's why they are preferred over the paper bag. And single-use plastic is mostly popular. It is a very much popular. Even we are knowing, still we are using. So this is the situation. So because it is easy to access and high usage, actually demand is, and every sector we are using. So single-use plastic is only once before they are being thrown. And generally, we are using single time. Mostly now, lot of awareness program is going a multi-use application, and thickness of uh, plastic should be higher, and it is so cheap and convenient that it is replaced all other material, whatever the material was being used earlier for packaging. Now everything is converted into plastic, and it takes 100. Now the question is coming, when we are putting such a huge plastic in our environment or our land. So disposal of this and decomposition of this have been huge problem. Now looking into this our country issues. So government of India has made certain policies, but they have to strictly implement it. And at present, about 9.46 million ton plastic is generated. Out of that, 43% is the single-use plastic. This is the situation. So landfill use, non-trivial, non-toxic fumes and burning, soil pollution, mixing with the harmful gases and soil. And in the year of 2019, our Prime Minister of India has announced please to stop giving the carry bag, and people must to utilize or aware for the better solution of plastic-free environment. And Government of India during current year, so last year 2021,
Dr. Shakyawar ji,
yes,
Dr.
sir.
Shakyawar ji,
Yes, sir.
actually you come to the technology.
Okay,
because
sir.
you have a 20 minutes. I am already 5 minutes.
No. Actually, I am not going to.
Please. Okay.
So complete ban on the plastic carry bag and thickness of more than 120 micron. So this is the actually, and solution is coming actually as a bioplastic, one of the important area where our institutions should work to come out some bioplastic. Both of our institution has recently made one of the brainstorming session. We discussed how we can go for bioplastic and what is the national importance. So I just now going fast also. And these are the actually, if we can produce bioplastic, that will help for the environment and helpful for the whole world. But there are certain challenges of the bioplastic, that is low capacity, uncertainty, advantage, long established supply network, ethical issues also there, and finally capital investment and policy. This is the some of the key factors which are make the challenge. Now coming to the natural fibers. Actually, this is our concern, and we are talking about lot of. So we have the natural fibers like status. We can see the number of fibers from cotton to jute and wire wool, and all these fibers can play very important role and carbon neutral. Actually, production side they are very good, and contribution economy side they are huge. And since these are the low carbon footprint, sustainable, eco-friendly, and increasing demand globally, conserving the nature by using natural fiber. So this is our potential. So we should utilize this potential, and the certain weakness also, and we should take the opportunities and will help to the. And case study, if you see the plastic bag and carry bag from jute. So from the plastic, already I mentioned so many issues like import and Indian economy, limited employment also generated. Whereas the polythene bag in individual family, it is 100 to 540 per, and that is a total amount about 1 to 5 kg every year we are consuming. And that create carbon footprint about 6 kg annually. So if you see how much pollution and how much carbon footprint we are adding to the global. And another way side, we have the jute bag, that is the natural source produced by Indian farmer, employment opportunities. And we know that it is a biodegradable, circular economy, carbon footprint is zero. So this is the clear-cut advantage over the plastic if we use the plastic bag. Here, some of the example has been cited how we can utilize. These are the carry bag the institute developed, and even pulp and paper. Pulp and paper from biomass or some fibers, waste fiber, we can convert in pulp and paper, make the bags and different type of products which can help to replace single-use plastic. And another side, we see it is a banana biowaste. So from banana biowaste, we can develop different type of cutlery items. And this is area where this whole our country utilizing thousands of million ton of the single-use plastic in our cartridge, particularly marriage and etc. So this is one of the cheapest and best solution if we can give the awareness training to our artisans or even entrepreneurs and convert this waste into wealth in particular. And that will help in the reduction in the pollution. Only the policy of the government is need to be changed, or some meaningful policy should be made. Another area we have found out the agro-textile. So here we see it is a wastage from the wool or some jute, and it is a sapling bag. If we can use this sapling bag, we can save thousands of tons, because of when planting is taken place and sapling bag made of the polythene, it is quite harmful, because after 1 month or 2 months, when the plant is replanted in the soil, it should be cut and thrown away. And it is also creating huge environmental problem. So we propose and we are promoting that sapling bag from the made of the jute, either jute or wool, that will help in a big way for improvement in our environment condition of the globe. So we can conclude here. So alternate to plastic bag is large scope globally for shopping bags. That is one of the important advantage of bags made from natural fiber. That is, we have already made that biodegradability, durability, low cost or high strength. And if you see the even jute bag at present, it is a huge market, $1.9 billion in the year of 2020. And this market has growth rate about 11.5%. Expected to reach, it is, if we continue, then by 2026, 3.3 billion, actually more than double, it is to be increased. And people are environmentally conscious now, so inclined toward the bag of natural fibers. And I also hope that area, because of from last 5 years, the growth rate of the jute diversified product has increasing day by day, and growth is very high, more than 30 to 40% in the individual years. So with this small presentation, I thanks to the organizer who has given the opportunity to talk on that day today. And I also thanks to our panel, Dr. Patil, Dr. Sheikh sir, and ADG sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shakyawar ji. Any quick questions, 1 or 2 from the audience? I think there are no questions. Dr. Sheikh, okay.
हाँ नमस्ते शक्यवार जी.
थैंक यू सर. हाँ बोलिए सर.
A very nice presentation. Actually, I had heard this program in our RSA meeting, and future programs they are taken. I think these biocomposites and biodegradable products to be developed. That was
Yes,
discussed.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Only my question is, in long run, comparing environment benefits and other thing, it is very useful and very cost-wise competitive. But for a consumer, can you compare the life of a plastic bag and life of our natural fiber bag and cost?
Sir, it is a very nice, actually, it is a very right question. So we have also studies on that way. And actually, if we take the bag made from the jute, it is a long last, not less than 1 year. And during that period, if you have calculated, it is about 1 to 6 kg in a one family. It is a costing of the 1 kg of plastic. And see the cost of this, our 1 kg of jute bag. So it is 100 or 200 rupees. So perhaps you are also having that jute bag that you are carrying. So in that way, it is a very much cheaper and competitive. Only we have to give the awareness and utilize this, because but it is a have some plastic bag is easy. And it becomes the we are habitual to take without taking the bag. We are going market and collecting the all this thing. So jute bag is very comparatively cheap, as well as the longevity. It is more than 1 year. So that is study.
Very good. And I think this program was suggested by Dr. Jha also. He emphasized that you should develop, because we want to have replacement for plastic bags, single-use plastic bags.
Actually, that's why, sir, we have recently we conducted one brainstorming session also with the under chairman of the.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Shakawarji, for your nice presentation. Now, may I invite Dr. N. Shanmugam, Head of the Department, Mechanical Processing Division, ICAR-CIRCOT, Mumbai. And his topic of presentation is techniques for augmenting the use of Indian wool and Pashmina fiber. Dr. Shanmugam, please.
Respected Chairman, Dr. Prasant Kumar Patil, Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Phule Vidyapith, Raguri, and Dr. Abdul Jabbar Sheikh, former Director, CIRCOT, and Dr. Narsaya Kairam, Assistant Director General, Process Engineering, and other members on the dais, and very senior, and other directors, and present Director Dr. Sukla, friends. I'm going to speak on the topic techniques for augmenting the use of Indian wool and Pashmina fiber. And most of my presentation will be restricted to on wool, and some 1 or 2 slides I kept for Pashmina fiber. Now we all know wool means normally it refers to sheep wool only, and other fibers we call it as a camel hair or goat hair, rabbit hair. So we use the words like that. But wool, when I say the word wool, it refers to sheep wool. Then Pashmina, normally in the world level, they use the word Kashmir fiber. Kashmir means wool fiber, Pashmina. So the other countries, if you say Pashmina, India, it's famous for Pashmina, the name of Pashmina. Other places, they call it as a Kashmir. Now, I'm making a presentation on these aspects, wool and Indian, old and Indian scenario of wool, wool quality and classification. What are the research approaches in CSWR we have taken on the utilization of the coarse wool, and about Pashmina fiber and Pashmina salts, particularly that is famous CSWRA product. Not only that, and they have developed and patented a Pashmina identification mechanism. And finally, I will close with the way forward. Coming to the world fiber consumption percentage. Morning also there was a discussion. This was the latest studies available from Lensing. I think world level, see polyester is consumed at 50%. Next comes cotton 27%. And morning we talked about viscose, somewhere 6%. This is the current level. And wool is 1.3. And see, now polyester is competing everywhere. Every fiber it is trying to, even it is coming, for example, 20 years back, maybe in 2000, cotton must be 50% and polyester was 30%. Now the world level, polyester has come to 50%. Cotton has only 27% now. So the synthetic fibers are competing with natural fibers, and wool 1.3% only in the world level. And the main competing fiber is acrylic. Acrylic is the main competing fiber. The sound is coming more. Okay. So my idea of putting this slide is now competition from synthetic fiber is intensive. So we have to develop. Only thing we are sustaining with the eco-friendly nature only. And we all know wool is for the winter and cotton is for the summer, that none of the fiber can replace these two in terms of this climate area. Now wool, we are producing 36.93 million kg. We are at number 10. I think China and Australia, they are the first and second positions. And cotton, we are the number 1. Jute also, we are the number 1. Next comes to Bangladesh. And silk also, we are at the number 2. China is the competitor. And so wool, we are not self-sufficient. Unlike other fibers, wool we import around 90 million kg. We produce around 36 million kg. We import 90 million kg. Almost 2/3 we are importing. 1/3 only we are producing. Even that 1/3, we have issues of the quality, particularly the microns is micron, or what you call that, fiber diameter is on the wider side or broader side. So one of the reasons for starting of CSWRA is for wool purpose. Now slowly it is shifting towards the mutton purpose. Focus is on the mutton rather than on the wool. So that is one of the issue we are facing. You can see the production up to 2021, wool production. You can see the slide. Almost last few years it is stagnated around 30 to 40 million kg. And somewhere in 2011 and 2012, 46 million kg was there. Almost 10 million kg has come down. And last few years it is stagnated around in and around 40 million kg. So there is no growth is not happening in wool production. There are various reasons. One reason is, you can see here, the mutton production is increasing. That means sheep population is increasing. Sheep population is increasing, because of that mutton production is increasing. But if you see the wool, it's almost stagnated. The curve is straight. The major reason is one of in the earlier days, I will show in the next slide, where you can see the demographic map of sheep population and wool production. You can see here the major wool producing states. Now 30% of the wool comes from Rajasthan, and around 20% from Karnataka and Jammu Kashmir. These are the areas where almost 50% wool is these two states only. Then remaining southern states, dark green is the high concentration of wool percentage is high. Then light green is of the wool percentage is less. These actually, sheep population is, Rajasthan is third, but sheep population is very high in the Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. one of the reason is mostly the wool industries are located in Rajasthan. Wool is not going from south to north. That is also one of the reasons why the wool is being not exploited, even though sea population is increasing. And apart from that, most of the research focus is nowadays shifted towards the mutton production. As you see, that mutton production, particularly from the sheep, is increasing. Now coming to our research approach, how the wool is valued. Wool mainly based on the micron. What is the fiber diameter? The lower the fiber diameter, higher the value. This is the main way in which wool is valued. And next comes the staple length. Naturally, unlike cotton, the length is not much a problem there, because the amount of time you allow to grow, the number of shearing you take place. For example, Australia, once in a year they shearing, but in parts like Rajasthan, Bikaner and all, they are shearing 2 to 3 times. They say animal health is important than the wool, because wool, they are not getting the value for the wool. So wool is classified or graded based on the diameter. Now coming to the classification, there are 3 grades are there: less than 25 micron, 25 to 35, more than 35 micron. Out of this, the issue is with the coarse grade, 35 microns. Majority of the wool comes from, if you see the slide, the percentage of wool, 85% is carpet grade, 10% is coarse, and 5%. This is the statistics in 2009. But actually, if you see the today's scenario, this 10% almost more than 30%, particularly all the southern states like Andhra, Karnataka, where the most of the sea population is there, they are producing very coarse wool. The utilization of this coarse grade wool is the major problem, more than 35 microns. So in CSWRI, we have made various attempts to use this coarse wool, how best we can use this coarse wool. Otherwise, normally they mix some small quantity with the while producing carpet grade yarn. Otherwise, it is going as a waste on. Now we all know how the textile value chain works, how the value is added to the product, moving along the value chain. If you are a fiber, you move to the yarn to get more value. If you are in the yarn stage, move to the fabric. If you're in fabric stage, you move to the garment. This is how the textile value chain or value is added to the fiber. Then low value to high value. Okay, you are making a shirting at $1, $2, you make a high value or a good quality shirt, you get a $4. That is one way of adding value to the product. Then developing a new product, totally a approach using a fiber and a totally new product where you try to get a more value out of. This is normally a traditional approach in the textile value chain development. Now, as I said to you, more than 35 micron is an issue. So we attempted various approaches to utilize this coarse wool. Now this Namda, many of the people, I don't know how many of you knowing, Namda is the floor covering, like this floor covering, where it's using the traditional method from the Tong district, where they use felting characteristics of wool and then they convert into a sheet of fiber. You can say it's a poor man's carpet. That is going on. There also we mix some fine quality. We have to blend it to get the Namda product made. So this is the first approach we have developed, we have optimized, and then we have making this Namda actually using the institute coarse wool. The second one is using this Namda, there are various handicraft products are developed. Even these products, we give training to the women artisans in the local area. We tell them, even in our SASP programs also, we use call the women artisans from the in and around the villages. We train them for 1 or 2 months on the almost 3 months program we conduct, and then train the local women and the develop preparation of handicrafts from the coarse wool Namda fabrics. Then third one, this is the traditional approach. We have been doing that ring spinning. We have been using it, and as of now, we blended with fine wool, and then we are able to make blanket. We are able to make it. This is already being processed there, and there we attempted to use some very coarse wools with the fine wool, and then try to make blankets. And that program is going on. And one issue you face with coarse wool is the blanket becomes rough and fiber shedding. So we have used softeners. I mean, recently we discussed with one Sangam Fabrics nearby, and we are able to make the blanket softening, and they are able to The fabric is now soft, even though using coarse wool. Then another method we adopted is now spinning, particularly in the spinning is the major problem. Up to slaver making, there is no issue. Coarse wool gets converted into slaver. Once you make into a yarn, that final stage ring spinning, there are a lot of end breaks. Every now and then end breaks is the major issue in a ring spinning machine. So what we attempted is here, we try to use directly the slaver into the, as a webbed in a loom. Then we developed some of the products. I will show you the products which we have developed. Then they have a drop 2 machine. We have a drop 3 here. They have a drop 2 machine there. We attempted to use, again, directly you can feed a wool slaver. Core, we used a jute and then covered with the wool fiber. And then we developed a yarn out of that. We are able to make some furnishing fabrics out of that. Then braiding. This is the one approach we started recently after I have gone there and the new program we have taken up. Here, the braiding technique, we introduced the wool in the center. There we can directly feed a slaver in the center so that you get a bulkiness for the your rope, and then it also, for example, you can use it for the floor mats and then door mats, bath mats. So the wool has the characteristics to absorb the water, and that was the one thing we have introduced. And this braiding machine is a very simple machine. 5 HP, you can run 10 machines. Then needle punched non-woven, that is another thing we have used to make a sheet of fiber. And I will tell you what are the products, some of the products we have developed there. So these are the various approaches we have taken to see that coarse wool is utilized. Traditional approach is normally you tend to use it as a converting into yarn stage. Instead of that, why can't we use it as a filler or other methods to convert into a fabric? Now, this is the one development we have made. We have developed a Rajai. This Rajai is, I think many of you who have visited Jaipur, Rajai is very famous. Okay. This Rajai weighs hardly 1 kilo. And if they say that, I mean, if you go in the Jaipur market and purchase, they will say, we are using a merino wool. They will show the wool, this thing also. But really, when you open it, that is a polyester, used polyester, waste material polyester, only they're putting it. We purchased some few Rajais and then we opened it and found inside it is a polyester only. Then we thought of, why can't we fill it with the coarse wool? It's at a cheaper cost. I mean, 30-40 rupees it is available, because one sheep shearing, the person who is shearing it, he charges 20 rupees. But the farmer complaint is, I'm not getting even 20 rupees for shearing cost also, I'm not getting out of the wool. That whenever you visit a village, that is the complaint. I mean, so we thought, I mean, why can't we use for this purpose? So we developed a Rajai, and this has been, we have applied a patent also for this. The process for making a Rajai also, we have developed a mechanical device in carding machine, where we made a big cylinder, you can cut and directly fit into the Rajai making. So that process we have developed, and this is having a, compared to blanket, which we are making it, almost 2 times the blanket thermal insulation is there, 0.232 m² K by W. This was the, we are having good thermal insulation and also lightweight. And one problem we were facing was initially that fiber being, we all know that fiber being coarse, we all know the bending rigidity is high. This, it comes out from the, it penetrates through the fabric and comes out while using it, and creates a problem. Initially, we were using the carding web. Then what we thought was, we made a needle punched felt. Then it has come down, setting, and then even coming out also come down. We also using softened fiber. So we are able to make success out of this Rajai. And this is going, and many people, we have conducted trial within the campus. And we found that everybody appreciated that it was having a good thermal comfort in a practical situation. And this is what I was talking about, braiding machine. In the braiding machine, we have introduced in the coarse wool in the center. And these are the products we have developed out of that. You can see here it is warp is cotton, webbed is that this rope. You can make a beautiful Rajais where you can use it even floor mats and many other purposes you can develop it. This we have developed it. This you can see that, and we have the yoga or picnic mat. Yoga purpose also you can use it. Natural product. Most of the things available in Big Bazaar, other things are made out of plastic. This can be used. And you can see this entire thing is made out of wool. We have used a blanket fabric for this, ladies handbag, and this rope is made of braided rope. In the braided rope inside, you have put a coarse wool. So you get the bulkiness and very simple products. Once you make a rope, you can make very simple products in the, whichever used for the floor coverings and other purposes. Very quickly we can make it. And we have been, even that self-help groups are made, and we are trying to give braiding machines and make it develop into a product development in a small area. Self-help groups way. So we are trying to develop a product and marketing it. This as well as the handicrafts. This is what the simple calculation. You can see the braiding machine, 10 machines cost just 1.5 lakh, and 2 sewing machines we will be able to put up a plant. And one day for a shift of 8 hours, now 192 mats can be made. So this can be promoted as a, village level product development for using coarse wool. And that I was telling you about, we have developed this mat using directly inserting slaver into the handloom weaving machine. You can see that, after dyeing, this is the warp is cotton and webbed is the wool. And you are able to see that color because of the acid dye, the wool is able to absorb a good color, and then you get a beautiful mat. Simple floor mat using the directly, you can use wool in the loom, and then you develop a mat out of that. And this also we used wool in the outer cover, where you can use it directly, use a wool slaver and then use it in the draft machine. And you can see the product developed. You can say developed a, good product. You see the color combinations. Again, here we used warp. Warp we have used as a cotton. Webbed again, see warp is cotton and webbed is wool jute we have used. And wool jute draft yarn we have used it. We are able to make a good quality fabrics out of that. It can be used as a, again, as a for furnishing. All curtains can be made out of these fabrics. Then another approach we had it is, we used it as a filler, because again, filler, particularly if you use wool as a filler in the winter, these type of bolsters and these type of small baby mats, particularly winter, you feel everything become, and that particular cold all becoming, when you touch it, you feel the feel of a cold inside you cannot walk in the floor. So there is, these type of filler material also we have used, and these type of balls, simply you can easily make a ball out of the wool because of the felting characteristics. And these balls we have connected, and this picture I'm not having it. We have made different products out of that. And we also made that one using these balls, we are able to make in the car and all, they are using that wooden beads. In the bottom, they will put as an acupuncture, this thing. There also we are trying to use these coarse wool balls, and then we can put it in the bottom. So always that warmth helps you, health benefits are there. People say that, so we are developing that part also. These are the, I was telling you the Namda products. Actually, these are the products which we developed at CSWRI through that coarse wool Namda. And these were made by the trainees who are there, women trainees who come for, we gave them training for the making of this product. So they were trained to make it. This is a regular training program going on the CSWRI. Now, actually morning, Dr. Shakyawar also talking about the sapling bag. I will be finishing. Yes. This will be last. Sapling bag, I think many times sapling bag, you all know it is plastic bags are used because it is cheaper and lightweight. But one advantage, if you use the wool as a sapling bag, there won't be any translation shocks. What happens, you as a polythene bag, before putting into the, in the pit, you remove the polythene bag. In a wool bag, you can keep it directly into that so that it will get, there is no shock for the plant. There is a chance when the plant is moved from polythene is removed, some mud will fall down. There is a translation shock. The surviving plant is lesser. But whereas if you use a wool bag and put the wool bag directly into the pit, then there is a translation shock will not be there, and the survival of the plant will be high. So there is, this we attempted and we found that this is working fantastically well. And only thing is the termite attack was there that we are, attempting to solve that process. Then another problem was the cost is on the higher side. People ask for some 3 to 4 rupees. Nowadays it is coming around 10 rupees as of now. We try to reduce the price. Okay, Pashmina, I will not go into that since time is short. Only thing is I will say that Pashmina, actually, we make this Pashmina shawls. We take fiber from Leh Ladakh. The fiber cost is 10,000 per kg. Even we ask them to send it by speed post, they send it to the Jaipur, and then we take the fiber and conversion of yarn. We mix 30% nylon and make the yarn and convert into shawl in the plant itself. Then through HCl dissolution, we remove the nylon and we sell it at 4,500. And whoever comes, ADG, DDG, whoever comes there, secretary, they will first demand will be, I want salt. Pashmina salka. I mean, it's into institute people, we are not giving it. We used to give it only if director bolega to hum de denge, nahi to nahi de denge. So it was under the, even the wool Pashmina shawls are with our division, but unless they say director calls me and say you give the Pashmina shawl, then only we will give. So that much demand is there, mainly because one reason is it's pure Pashmina. So other places you will get adulterated product. They may mix polyester and nylon, other things. And they made innovations like initially the Pashmina spinning, they used to have a hand-driven charka. They made a pedal-driven chakra during the NIP project. It has been used by the JNK area. And they also developed a PCR method to identify Pashmina. I mean, this is similar to our COVID-19 ke baad, everybody knows what is the PCR test. Here, they are able to identify using the primer, whether it is a goat primer or because Pashmina is a goat fiber. So once you use a primer, identify it is a goat fiber. Once they identify goat fiber from the biotechnology section, in our section, what we'll do, we will using a microscope, we'll see the diameter mainly, and then absence of medulla. And then based on the scales, we decide, okay, this is a Pashmina fiber. Even many times from Delhi, from customs, we get a lot of samples for the identification of Pashmina. So this technique is patented. I think Dr. D.V. Shakyawar is one of the inventor of this technique. This has been patented. Now, 2020 only we got the patent. Now, final slide. And coming to the way forward, we have to improve the quality of the handicrafts. We make it a lot of handicrafts. What I find compared to coarse wool, fine wool handicrafts is smooth and it's a good quality. Like our if you make a good quality on how good it looks shirt. Similar one, coarse wool is having its own issues. Fibers are seen outside. So we are attempting to reduce that. We have to reduce that part. And bulk production of coarse wool products still, I mean, we have demonstrated the product development, but still bulk stage, it is yet to be take off. And Pashmina population, we all know it's shrinking. We have to maintain the Pashmina population. And another problem is like cotton picking. There is also a shearing is done by even using scissors only even today. And only in Uttarakhand state, they have developed a mobile laboratory where they go with the shearing machine and health aspects. And they attempt to shear using a machine. And Uttarakhand, that wool board, they are able to successfully using the machines for shearing the sheep. Then last, normally everybody, we all say that minimum support price. There is no minimum support price for wool, unlike cotton. So naturally, farmer is suffering. They are not getting any value. And then one is anti-dumping duty, because even today, even 40 rupees, they are selling it. There is a 30 rupees material is coming from China. No, that is the problem. I mean, people even today import even that coarse wool 40 rupees also we have competition from China for 30 rupees. So somewhere we have to put some restriction from China to stop that, and minimum support price. These are the one from the economic side or government side, take a policy measure. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Shanmugam. Quick questions, one or two. Yeah.
Dignitaries on the days of the days. It gives me immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks for this session on natural fibers. So CIRCOT, apart from our cotton mandate, we are also the lead center for the CRP on natural fibers. Our chairman has a very huge, rich experience in the implementation of the project as a head of the principal investigator of that CRP project. So I thank him, our chairman of this technical session, Honorable Vice Chancellor of MPKV Raghuri, Dr. P.G. Patil sir, for his conducting this session successfully. His suggestion and other things, intervention required for the improving the cotton and other natural fiber value chain is well noted, and it will be taken in the future research program. My sincere thanks to our Dr. AJ Sheikh sir, former director ICAR-CIRCOT and co-chairman for this session. And he is also the chairman ISKI, who is sponsoring this seminar. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. K. Narsaya, Assistant Director General, Process Engineering, for his valuable suggestion for the advancement of natural fiber sector. I also thank all the speakers, Dr. G.R. Anap, Dr. D.B. Shakyawar, Dr. N. Shanmugam for their valuable presentation and information given to the audience. I thank our former director, Dr. Srinivasan, Dr. Nachne sir, former head of the division QID, and chairman, president, Indian Fiber Society, for their contribution for this technical session. I thank one and all for their passion and attending this technical session. Thank you.